We are back here in the Decode podcast booth at IPC Apex 2025, and we are joined by Mr. Don Dennison. Don is the managing director at Pitt Equipment Services, which used to be Partners in Technology. Same name, right? You just abbreviated it. Yeah. And full disclosure, Don Dennison is a rep for our company, Metal Edge Services, or my company rather. But that's Don's deal, right? How many? You've got 30 something names on your line card these days.
I have a few.
Yeah. Super rep.
Yeah.
So Don, you've got a lot of experience in this industry, and I know you've had a lot of involvement with the SMTA and your local chapter, and have been around long enough to see evolutions in equipment and product offerings. And I think that manufacturers' reps are an important part of our industry, because who do we get our stuff from, right? We always have our local rep that supports various different types of equipment, and they kind of act as a virtual showroom for us, keep us apprised to new technology that's coming out or equipments that can improve our processes. So
yeah, pieces of equipment that can solve problems you're currently facing, right?
Bingo. Yeah. And I think, the best reps in the game are the ones that are focused on any problems that you're facing and what they have in their line card that could provide that solution. So that's the theme of our conversations this week, is problems and solutions. So maybe you can talk to us about some of the solutions that you see emerging and how you've seen the industry kind of evolve and change over, say, the last 5 years, and how your clients are filling the gap and providing those solutions.
So yeah, I've been doing this for 30 years now, and I've seen a lot. I've grown with the industry. There's kind of a new culture going on now. We're trying to bring some younger guys in and train them, and because there's really no training school for what we do. You basically get thrown into the frying pan, and you learn, you sink, you swim, or whatever. So now it's up to us, the older guys, to make sure they get trained properly, and the new equipment's great because there's a lot less maintenance on it.
Sure.
But I'm the conduit between the principal, the manufacturer of the equipment, and the customers. So I have to go in there face to face with them every day and see what's going on with the equipment, see what their pains are, and then relate it back to the manufacturer and see how we can change it or make it better. And that's always been the challenge.
Sure.
What's good about it is I get to see a lot of the new things that are happening, and I get to find solutions for those problems. And then the next company I go into, it's much easier, and I look like a hero.
Right, right.
It's been fun.
And you've probably attended Apex once or twice before, right? So, yeah.
Oh, I took my badge off. 25 years here.
Yeah, 25. Exactly, right. Is there anything at the show this year that you've seen that like really wowed you, or anything, recently that was kind of you're excited to look forward to?
Yeah, there's some new things that are out there now. The equipment has gotten better. It's faster. It's more accurate. There are some new things, new trends in the industry now. People are going from identifying and traceability. That's become very important.
Yeah.
And the software has become better. But it's an education thing with a lot of my customers. I have to let them see what's out there, and I've been doing a lot of walking tours this year, just getting them interested in different products that are out there. We've always talked about Industry 4.0, and is it attainable? Well, you have to work towards it, and it's not something
you can't flip a switch.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. So you've got to work hard at it, and it is attainable, but you have to work very hard at it and make those changes slowly.
It'll take a group concerted effort, right?
So Sean and I were having a conversation earlier today about kind of the evolution of sales techniques, and Sean was saying, if you couldn't get in the front door, then, receiving was always a viable option. So having been involved in technical sales for 30 years, how have you managed to stay relevant and adapt to the changing marketplace, and what techniques or strategies have you had to kind of rethink and retool over these years?
So I'm a big LinkedIn fan now. I've gotten a lot of people to follow me. So it's made me become aware to my customers of who I am.
Yeah.
So it's easier for me.
That's the first requirement for anybody to buy something from you. They have to know who you are.
Yeah.
They have to know you exist.
That, and the second requirement is I have to have access to the back door. Okay. I do not wait in lobbies anymore. I
Sure.
don't like it. There's usually no receptionist anymore.
No.
And
They got the key card now, and
I
you
do have access code to some of my,
Do you?
my accounts.
Would you
yeah.
just stand
And
back and wait for them to enter the code, and then you like type in that guy's number?
I just type in the code and I walk in and it unlocks the door.
Nice, yeah.
But it's important that you have that kind of ability to have a relationship with your customer, that you can do that, okay? Because we don't have time. I sometimes travel out to Long Island. It takes me 3 hours to go 65 miles. And when I get there, I've got to visit 5 or 6 clients before I get back on the road and drive 3 hours back. So it's a lot of times I got to have that accessibility to my clients and get in and out as quickly as possible and take care of the business really fast. So a lot of times we have 10 minutes, 15 minutes in front of a customer. They're busy, we're busy, but we try and take care of things. I do a lot of windshield time and talk to the customers, but the face-to-face is really important because once
Yeah.
I finally get there, it's great.
That's what always sticks out in my head when a supplier comes visit, or even a rep that I don't do business with much, right? Or even at all. When they come by and visit, that memory is burned in my brain now. You know, versus a phone call, or especially an email, I'm usually swiping right and going right to archive or delete, you know, so.
So I one of my secrets is I'm driving 3 hours to visit my clients. I'm texting everyone that has a cell phone and saying, I'm on my way. Let me know if you need anything. Sometimes I get back, no, I'm good. Other times I get, you available for lunch? Other times I get, yeah, I need something, stop by. So I can do that and contact a dozen customers on my way out.
And that's the beauty of it. I do the same approach of as far as this, and on my way, right? Less than 5 words, because
Yeah.
I don't want to read a bunch. If I'm busy, like I am, right, and everyone else is today, if I send an email, it's usually less than 5 words, and it's because I know what I would want to receive, and I don't want to send that out to someone else.
Yeah, but when you do a phone call, you won't get off the phone.
You and I have different.
Where's the
you and I have
disconnect?
different phone skills. Yeah, thank you. So it's a little bit different.
Skills.
Yeah.
When you and I are having a conversation on the phone, what skills are involved?
Laughter.
So when I started out, it was cold calling.
Yeah,
Okay.
I started too.
I worked for Marty Heller. He sent me to the Dale Carnegie School of Sales.
Okay.
And that's what I learned from. So when I started out on the road, I had to stop at 5 places every day, no matter whether they close the door on my foot or whatever. So now you can't do that anymore. There's no more cold calling. Okay. So you have to have new inventive ways to meet new customers.
I just cold called last week and got a client.
And if you go to those 5 sales calls every day, no matter what, you're going to get a new customer. You have to. Okay.
I got a beautiful line. I don't know if I want to tell with Mr. Serious over
What's
here.
your secret?
A little birdie told me you were looking for a circuit board assembler.
Exactly.
Doesn't even matter if the birdie exists,
Yeah.
right?
The birdie probably doesn't exist.
Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't.
But you're doing circuit board assembly, and I'm here.
Right.
But I think if you constantly tell them, I'm on my way, they know you're there all the time whenever they need you, and they can text you back whenever they need you. So,
Yeah, it's like this one TV show I watched. This one lady, she kept saying, Charles, you need me? And not because he actually called her into the office or whatever, but she would just say, Charles, you need me? Charles, you need me? And she wanted to get into his head that
He needs
he needed her, right? And so it's kind of, I'm on my way. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm here for you, right? So
exactly.
it's kind of like a subliminal message, you know, in a sense.
But and the other thing is, I was getting very bored and working really hard, and now I just want to have fun.
Yeah.
That's it. I only want to deal with the clients that allow me to have fun.
Sure.
If they're constantly full of drama or, a pain and they're not giving me anything.
Who
for
needs
it,
that, right?
well, I had a friend, he was German or Swiss. He used to say to me, Don, you give and you give, but you get nothing in return, he used to say to me. So now I work with those customers who give back to me. And then it's a give and take, and it's always good. I got to have fun doing this.
Yeah.
Well, this was great, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Don, for spending time with us here in the booth, and hopefully you've had a good
My
Apex
first
so far.
decode. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and look forward to catching up with you a bit later. I know we're going to be at an event together, so I'm excited because some of my customers will be there as well, and just kind of continuing on with the networking.
Do you want to hold up the award while we
There we go.
Because it's it's kind of nice.
Before we came on, I certainly wasn't gonna hold this up in front of the camera.
Since you asked.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, it looks beautiful. Look at that thing, man.
It does.
Don was kind enough to present Metal Etch Services with one of 3 outstanding vendor awards. So I'm honored to receive this. Thank you, Don, and certainly appreciate all the work that we've done together over the years. So
Yeah, I usually come out and get awards out here, but I thought this year is more appropriate to reward the guys that do the job right. And they help me out. So when you help me out and I can sell more, I'm going to give you an award.
well, thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate it, Don.
Yep.
This has been great.
Thanks, Don.
Thank you.